I just saw a pink and purple colored dragonfly. Amazing looking insect. I couldn't believe the color of it. First of all, this nopales cactus, something's going on with it here. Starting to rot, and then it got so top heavy that it just basically fell over and broke itself. Nopales cacti are edible, apparently, from what I've heard. I've never tried to eat them before, but you can eat the small little pads. They taste a lot like a green bean, so I've been told. This bed, I will relocate it, use the material in a different area, because I want this opened. I want this whole backyard to be opened up. I have this beautiful Pakistan mulberry, a couple banana plants. Behind that we have the Persian lime, and then behind that we have a Plumeria frangipani. In the very far back is my soursop, another frangipani. In the middle, that stick is dead. That was a starfruit tree that I purchased. I did get one harvest from it, but I guess I didn't leave the irrigation on, or it dried up. It died. But what I want to do is I want to plant rows of trees. I have a Meyer lemon, another little raised bed, this little raised bed. I can reclaim that material, open this side of the yard up, and I plant another line of fruit trees here, and then maybe a couple more fruit trees here. Once the trees develop, I'll implant perennial peanut. I would rather have perennial peanut grow that produces flowers. This is a nice lawn, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just sitting there. It's really not beneficial to anything. The weeds don't really grow back here, so it's pretty good, but I do want to allow flowering, vining, perennial grass to go back here, so I might not even rip out the grass. I might just put the plugs in and let the plugs spread, but we'll see. This is my bee area, and you'll see again, I'm really not having much success with weed block. I don't know how long some of you have been following me on Facebook. A while back I put some cardboard. I had this whole entire bee yard, before there was bees in it, filled with cardboard, and I mulched over it. But the problem that I ran into, which other people told me was going to happen, the mulch I was getting for free at the local community park was just riddled with tons and tons of weed seed, which I thought I could manage just by pulling, but again, you start raising these bee colonies and your time goes out the window. It's either, can I inspect the colony or should I pull weeds, which is more important? I'd rather inspect the colony because I don't want these bees swarming in my neighbor's yard. But eventually that's what I want to do, is I want to clear all this ground out, and I'm going to transplant perennial peanut plugs. If I space the perennial peanut about 2 to 3 feet apart, close by, all in this area, this whole entire area will be grown in 1 year, as I'm guessing. And right now is the time to do it. This is early June. We still really haven't gotten into our heavy rainy season yet, but these bees are doing fantastic. Urgent matter is to inspect this colony down here. They are well on their way to a 10 frame. Likewise with this new nuke, we can add a couple more frames of brood in there. Now this is what I call the back 40 part of my lawn. Again, I had all of this area. I had tobacco growing over there, sunflowers, but again, it just got way too weeded. My brown turkey fig, looks like the brown turkey fig is doing okay. I see little green tops on the tips. So we'll get the rain and it will start filling out here, but I can certainly take advantage of the space and grow in abundance. I want cone flowers back here. I want black-eyed Susans. I want, you know, more flowering plants. Buckwheat I'm gonna plant, bee balm. I'm just gonna go to town back here. I have all kinds of seeds that I've been collecting over the last year that I haven't even germinated, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's a little cloudy today, but what you'll see is I have the nuke boxes that I'm not using. They're just set up in different areas of my yard. I got one over there. And then I also have one on this bed here. Now I didn't have a lid, so I'm using an inner cover, and it's covered by a sheet of that chloroplast, and the bees like the second entrance. They're going in between the boxes. They're going in and out of the entrance. So my main concern right now is I just want to make sure there's enough frames inside. If I don't have enough frames in that box, the bees will attach comb to the top of the cover, and then I'll have to cut the comb away. So instead of doing that, let me check. We have this queen was basically getting what they call bald. I don't know what's wrong with this queen, or if there was just more than one queen in there, but I found this one, and yeah, the queen was getting super balled up. So I don't know if the bees sense there's something wrong with her, or if it's just the fact that maybe there's a newly hatched virgin queen running around in there, is my guess. But either way, I just kind of position the top so that they can utilize that top entrance. And again, there's all 5 frames in there, so I did not need to add any new frames. So now I'm going to take a trip over to the A yard, take the queen that we just caught. I'm going to introduce it to the other colony over there that I believe is queenless, and we'll see what happens. I don't think they were queen right. I didn't see any evidence of a queen. So what I want to do is just take a real quick peek. I have right now the queen in the clip on the landing board. And the bees seem to be tending to her. That's a frame of nectar and pollen. There's another frame of nectar. I'm looking into the cells that are around it, but there's no eggs, no signs of young larvae. I see a couple of drones. More nectar, drones. Same on the other side, we have nectar and drones. Lots of workers too, though. There's no evidence of a queen, that's for sure. There is some larva in there. Yeah, I don't think they have a queen. There's still a decent number of bees, but not a lot. Definitely no sign of a queen. With this clip here, yeah, these bees don't seem to be aggressively biting the cage at all. We'll just set her right on down like that on the inside of the hive. And I'm gonna wait a day. Now you would think go ahead and let her out now. If I do that, I'm afraid that she's just gonna come running out of the box, and then when she flies away, the bees might go with her, or maybe not. So I'm just going to play it safe. I usually have good luck. I'm just going to leave it, one more day. It's not going to hurt anything. The bees will tend to her, and they'll feed her and clean her, and that's fine. And then when I let her out, maybe she'll be more prone to laying. When I let her out, I'll use a 5-frame nucleus box instead. That's all. Just a short little update on what's going on with that. I do have a new top right here. Nice telescoping top. That will give to them. There. I don't like the attitude of these bees. I can understand that it's cloudy and overcast and not super sunny out, but the defensive behavior that I've seen just now, that's not what I like. I'm gonna give them another opportunity here. By the way, the colony I'm speaking about is in the front. I just did a walk-away split. These bees are all over me. So that top medium box was just slam packed with brood. So I just split that. Now that's sitting on the back behind there. And I didn't get a chance to do the other deep because these bees are just all over me. Okay, and we made it back home. I'm gonna have to wash my suit, or not the suit, the jacket veil combo. I don't wear a full suit, but you'll see. Check this out. Jeez, all those little white bumps are bee stingers. So the bee stingers, lots of them on the wrist. Thankfully I didn't get any stings, like I didn't feel it, but the bees were so upset and grumpy, that's what happened. So to remedy that, the hood will unzip all the way, so I'll take the hood off and then I'll just throw this whole jacket in the wash. Again, this is a suit that came from Brushy Mountain. Rest in peace, they're no longer in business, but I love this suit. Fits nicely. And also I do have the smoker. That's I stuff more fuel in there. Again, as long as you can start it correctly and pack it, and then keep it pumping when you pack it. That's the thing, is pump and pack at the same time, and then this thing will fire up all day. The only thing you got to do is just keep on putting fuel in there. This is my old one. You guys may have seen my previous video. I got a rip in the rubber ducky bellow, so this is the smaller 4x6, I think this is. It's got the canvas. I do have 2 more of these canvas type bellows on order for the new one, but this is working. Good old pride and joy. That's why you never throw anything out. I held on to this, you know, and it works just fine. So, all right, folks. So we'll see how this goes. I'm really curious to find out if there's a virgin queen in there. So we'll check on it in a couple more days. I assume because they were balling the initial queen, my assumption is that there's a virgin, you know, newly emerged queen in there. I'm hoping that she's already gone out and done some mating flights. So this is the best time just to kind of like just leave them there and forget about them for a while. But I'm kind of happy that I found that queen getting balled up. I don't know what's going to happen in that new colony, so we'll see. So we'll see how it goes here. Just stay tuned in and I'll take you along for the ride. I got a lot of work here to do on the landscape, and every day is another adventure, so we'll see how it goes. Trying to raise up these crazy bees here in Southwest Florida.